where you pull down your pants and then he like says,
"Oh, you
all right,
cough."
yeah, you cough.
Oh freak! I look like an idiot and I remember his name, but I'll be back.
I am a bad friend and roommate. I did not know you had tuberculosis.
Wait, you did?
Have you talked about it before? Welcome, everybody, to Talking Rad, the podcast, episode 150. We are your hosts, the Radkatz, and we are back.
Is this really 150?
150.
We timed it pretty good, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is, like, as you guys noticed the gap, well, some of you might notice, the gap between 148 and 149 was months. Because I forgot we even recorded 149. So, like, even on our board.
How'd you forget? I remember we recorded one more, and it's like, wait, we never uploaded that?
I thought that did get uploaded personally.
Yeah.
Well,
Me too.
I forgot that it existed. Because on our board, we wrote 149 as, like, the return.
Yeah.
And when I came down here, when we were putting the set together, we got a new set, by the way, guys. We'll talk about that in 1 second.
Look how good we look.
Well, it's the same set, but we rearranged it and got new props.
That's it, called a new set.
We made new set.
It's in the same location.
We did some remodeling.
It's the same studio.
Studio basement.
Anyway, so going back, when we were putting the set together and we were we had everything set up and we were testing mics on our audio program, I typed in episode 149 to create a new project file, but it was already created, and I'm like, wait, why? When did we
had
do
a
this?
149.
Yeah, we had a 149. It was the last episode we recorded was in the studio, and that is up, so you guys can go listen to that now. But anyway,
did I make a thumbnail for that?
You did.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yes, we are back. The gap between 149 and 150 is 1 week. Like it will be from here on out, so yay.
But in all reality, how many months has it been since we actually recorded that episode?
I think we did it back in March or April. I think it was April, because I talked about being sad boy, and April was when I was sad boy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it's July.
Oh, that's hilarious to me. Oh, I'm not going to say anything for your privacy, but that's hilarious to me.
Thanks.
Just that whole situation, by the way, just super funny to me. I won't lie, but I definitely got a good laugh out of that.
I'm glad, because my sadness was not warranted. Yeah. Anyway, we got a new set. Cole made a new logo, which you also see on the channel.
Hopefully you can see it like. Oh yeah, I need to do all that stuff too. Hopefully you can see it on the camera. Very okay. The light is very weird. We couldn't get it to be perfect, but it is what it is. I'm not entirely sure. We're not professionals.
I think one thing you could try, I guess, is just making the outline of the word
just a little bit bigger.
Darker.
And I think that would help a little bit too. But the main problem is just the camera isn't built to record this light.
Yeah, the dynamics of what the lights we've got going on, I think.
Well, not only just the TV light itself, but the LEDs that we have behind as well. They don't pick up very well either on the camera. No. And I'm not sure what that is.
Well, I guess what we could try is we could try one of my cameras. I don't know if it would do any better. The problem is the camera that we need is probably like $10,000 to get.
Oh yeah, for
get
sure.
What we want, and I honestly would actually like 2 or 3 of those, probably 3, for our future podcast setup.
Yeah, I'd love a main camera, then a camera over here, and one camera right there. That would be ideal.
Yeah, but. Sadly,
honestly, ideal though. I'd change a lot more than just that.
Totally,
to be honest.
Totally.
But.
Well, even just thinking about. By the way, hopefully by the time this episode goes up, you guys can go watch the behind the scenes of us putting this set together. But even when we were putting it together, like Cole and I and Thane was helping for a little bit too. We would put stuff in spots, and we're like, "Wow, this doesn't look good." And we probably spent 2 days rearranging until we finally got to how we wanted it. And honestly, I think it looks really good for what we were able to get within our budget. Although our tables, do we talk about our little end tables? Can you even see that one on the?
Kinda, not really. Do you think they can hear the beeping from the?
Who's the idiot who's doing laundry?
Me. I haven't been home for a week.
Yeah, so we got these little end table things. You can see this one, obviously. It's where I put my water right here. There's one on the left side of Thane as well. They're garbage. They're so bad. They look okay, but they're not great. Like these like legs, like I guess legs if you'd call them that. They're made out of plastic.
They're not metal.
They're not metal, and I wish they were metal. I don't know how much I would actually affect it because like obviously I knew that the plywood stuff wouldn't be very strong. But I was really hoping that these are actually going to be sturdy, though. They're not very sturdy at all. We put a bunch of weights on the bottom of this one that you can't see on the camera. Thanks, Zay, for leaving some weights so we could put them.
Those are actually mine.
Oh, they're yours. Okay.
I just let them use my dumbbells.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, so there's some weights in the bottom of this. If you look at it, I can wiggle both Thane and mine's mic, but like they're still pretty. They're not going too much though. So that's what we got.
Yeah, and I think the problem, other than the end tables just suck, these mic stands are really tough.
Oh, they're tough. Yeah.
Very tight. So like it takes a lot of force to adjust them, and you may or may not even see it on camera because hopefully we'll have our stuff situated before we start recording. But as you adjust the mic, you can literally pull the table one way or the other.
Yeah. So like here, I'll just give you a demonstration for all you video watchers.
Oopsies. And yeah, it's totally wiggling things.
Yeah, it wiggles Thanes, it moves the whole table. But like I said, like Sky said, they're very sturdy like mics. Like I imagine over time they're gonna be a lot less.
They'll get looser.
They'll be loosened. So that will make it a little bit better. Yeah.
They'll get all lubed up.
Maybe honestly, that could potentially do something.
Get
like
some WD.
Yeah, throw some WD in there. Good idea.
Or maybe your man sweat would just.
What's the? I don't know if man
I got
sweat's
some
gonna be a good
Fermunda cheese
lubricant.
right here. Just
Water's not a very good lubricant. It's a good coolant.
Things dying.
Yeah, are you guys feeling better? By the way, it's been like 2 weeks. It's been at least 2 weeks for you.
Oh
right now.
yeah. So I'm still coughing a
been
little
a
bit.
week.
I realize it's because my tuberculosis flared up again. Every once in a while, when I get sick, it'll flare up again, and I'll just have these dry coughs for like a month.
I am a bad friend and roommate. I did not know you had tuberculosis.
Wait, you did?
Have you talked about it before?
I swear I have.
No, it was me. Remember, I was like, "Wait, you have tuberculosis?"
And he thought I was joking when I told him.
Because
Did you
it's
tell him
such
on
an
the podcast?
old disease.
I know I didn't tell him on the podcast.
Because nobody really gets it anymore. It's so rare for
What
people to get
causes
it these days.
Is it like mild pneumonia or something?
No, I just like
It's in your lungs, right?
Yeah, it's in your lungs. And
Thane might have it too.
or at least people don't die.
maybe I gave him it.
Were you guys kissing for too long?
We were
last night?
kissing a little bit.
I don't
so.
think I've spoken this much in a while.
It's contagious, but what I have isn't. If that makes any sense. So I gotta talk in between his coughs. So you can get it from other people, and I don't know how like people get it to begin with.
So, I'm just gonna read it really
I think I'm
quick.
gonna vomit.
A potentially serious infectious bacterial disease that mainly affects the lungs. The bacteria that causes TB are spread when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Fewer than 200,000 U.S. cases per year. Preventable by vaccine, treatable by medical professionals, spreads by airborne droplets, requires a medical diagnosis. That doesn't really help what it does. I guess I can just read some symptoms.
Did you get it while you were outside of the country?
No.
Oh,
So
okay.
these are some symptoms. It says usually cough, weight loss, night sweats, and a fever.
Oh, I'd be down for some weight loss from this, but no. The only thing that really gets me is just the cough. Yeah, it's a pretty rare diagnosis, and I was told that I am not contagious. Like I can't give it to other people.
Well, it says it can. I don't know if your case can be cured or not, but it says most TB can be cured with antibiotics that will usually need to be taken for up to 6 months.
And I took those.
So maybe
And-
that's why it's dormant until
Yeah,
otherwise.
Then you should get some water, maybe.
Yeah, I should. Hold on.
Go get, maybe take some cough drops.
I don't think we got cough
Cover your
drops.
mouth. You should wash your hands too. Are you good?
His coughs are bad. I heard him cough like all these last 3 days.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh. Yeah, so I took those things, and I was told that it is incurable. So I don't know what you were reading. I was told that you can make it dormant, essentially, with those pills, and then it'll just come back occasionally.
It was just something on Google. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd have to do more research.
I'm pretty sure once you have it for life, and that's just how it works. You just got to deal with it every once in a while.
Then maybe it meant the symptoms can be curable, or at least like subside the symptoms enough to where it doesn't affect you.
Oh yeah. Like very rarely does it ever flare up again. Like it must have had a flare up one other time while I was living here, because I don't know why else I would have told Thane about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the last time. I remember at least the most memorable last time was within 4 years ago, like when I was still in Boise. Like it's been a very long time since I remember it being like this, where it's just like all of a sudden I got to do like a dry cough.
So has this been the first time since you've been living here?
I think so, unless there was another time that I told Thane about it then, because I honestly can't remember.
I don't know. This is the first time I've heard about it.
And like it generally doesn't it's not that big of a pain in my opinion. It's just annoying. It's really just annoying.
No,
it sucks, but I mean, it is what it is.
Whenever I get a cough, or at least I used to, like it hasn't happened in a very long time, but growing up, like in junior high school, if I ever get a cough, it was like it lasted so long that I'd have a cough, like weeks. It's like, dang, dude. And coughs are the worst because after you cough enough, like it tears up your throat and it hurts. It's painful.
Well, for me anyway, when I have this, it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't?
Mm-mm.
That's good.
It's like, it's weird. It's like the cough comes from the lungs almost, and so it doesn't do it in my throat. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't really hurt either. It's such a simple light cough, and it's very dry, and so there's not like mucus involved at all, so there's not a lot of like movement going on. It's just air essentially. So I think that's part of why it is the way it is. I don't know everything about it. I just know that they told me I had it one day, and I was like, "Oh yikes!"
So you were diagnosed by a
Yo,
doctor.
yeah. I took they had me take like a TB test or something to go on a vacation once or something like that. I don't remember. We were going somewhere and out of the country or something. I don't remember exactly, but I did the test, and then like they give you the shot, the little tiny bit of it, to test if you have it or whatever. Be careful with that around there. And it's just like you test for any kind of virus back with the needle kind of test. I don't know what that's called. It's just testing. There's got to be a word for it, right?
Getting tested for something?
Just tested for a virus.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can test.
You can. Oh yeah, you can put that there. There. Works
Yeah, an
fine.
allergy test maybe.
Yeah, that's basically what it was. They did that, and when they do it in your arm, it's supposed to when you get a shot, obviously it kind of bruises a little bit, and it'll go away after a while. But if you have the disease, it'll stay. It'll be bruised for a much longer time, and it'll start to swell a little bit. And I got back to my doctor, and he's like, "Oh, I've never seen this ever in my life."
Yikes.
And I was just like, "Oh shoot,
Fix me, doc."
And he's just like, "There's not really anything we can really do. We'll just send you to this clinic in the town over, and they can give you some medicine," which I'm assuming is those things that you read about on Google.
Yeah, the antibiotics.
Because they told me to take those essentially until they were gone, which lasted probably 6 months if I had to guess. It was just a huge tub of them, and I took them. I think it was once a day. I took them.
Dang.
Yeah. So it's annoying. It comes up occasionally. Specifically, if I get sick, that's kind of what causes it.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be like a bad sickness, I guess, because other times I've gotten sick, it doesn't come back. But this time it did, obviously. Very annoying, but it is what it is. I wasn't able to stay away from people that are sick,
Yeah.
It wasn't something I knew that I would get it from people that I'm around. It was just, I don't know, it just happens.
So no one else in your family has it?
Mm-mm.
That's good. So then it's not hereditary, probably.
No, yeah. And the people I was around, I asked them, they don't have it either, so.
That's good.
I guess I was just the only one. Sucks, but it is what it is.
Thane, you got any diseases that I don't know about that you have?
Just a disease known as
Virginity?
yeah.
You were going to shoot. What were you going to say?
But you know about
You
it.
had your hands ready at the gun.
You knew about it, though. You're the one who brought it up.
His disease?
Yeah, you said you have anything I don't know about, and then you said, "What about this? Do you got this?"
You never know. Thane's kind of a wild card. We don't know what he does at
I
Wendy's.
don't have any known diseases, but I fight the disease known as communism.
Good job.
Nice.
This is weird though. I just realized though, like, how come you have your cough still? Like, I feel like you would have been.
I haven't really had a cough. I just had this just a few seconds ago. I just started hacking.
Just today?
Yeah, just today.
Well, I heard you coughing earlier today too, though.
I don't know.
Did you go to work today?
No.
Oh, do you work tomorrow?
Yes.
Weird.
That's cool.
Because I definitely got you sick a couple
Yeah.
days ago. But like I said, I'm pretty sure I can't give you tuberculosis. But if I did, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say, but I don't. Like I said, I'm pretty dang positive I can't give it out.
Yeah.
If you have this cough for the next 2 weeks, then you've got tuberculosis. I'm just gonna let you
I
know.
don't know. I might have had it when I was a kid because I had a really bad cough, and they said, "Here, take these pills for like a couple months, and then come back and see me."
Well, is bronchitis similar? Because I know I've had some friends in high school that had bronchitis.
I think it's similar, but I think it's like a different disease, just similar.
Just maybe it's
symptoms, I
more
guess.
mild.
You remember I
Yeah.
had a horrible cough. I don't know if it was either bronchitis, tuberculosis, or some other disease, but yeah, he just said, "Here, take these pills. Hopefully, you should be good."
Then he gave you a bro fist and a pat
Yeah.
on the back, and you went out.
Yeah, and he touched my penis.
Oh gosh.
He did
It was celebratory, right?
Look for he's a good
No.
game.
He slapped it.
Good disease.
I should mention he did that before.
He was testing for something, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe he was just testing for
he
ED.
he did the thing where you pull down your pants and then he like says,
Oh, you
"All right,
cough.
yeah, you cough."
Okay.
He didn't touch my penis. He
So
touched
isn't
my
that
testicles.
checking your? That's not your prostate. They're checking. What are they checking?
That's
there?
your
No,
prostate,
Is it your
yeah.
prostate?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay. They're just like
Well-
they put their hand on your inner thigh and they're like, okay, cough.
No, they don't do it in your thigh.
So they grab your.
They cup them.
It's never been done for
No,
me,
he
which
puts
is
it-
really bad because I played sports and you have to do it for a
Puts it-
physical. But my grandpa
no,
was my
remember,
doctor and
he
he
put
never
his-
ever touched my nuts.
He put his
He just has to clear that up, don't you, Sky?
Yeah. he put 2 fingers right on each of the testicles, and then I coughed.
Here's the question, Thane.
Huh?
Did you pop one?
No.
Okay.
Doctors' offices are very cold.
So they don't
Very
you don't
unloving.
get turned on accidentally.
No.
This
Unless
is
you like death.
I've heard of if you do, they've got a metal spoon in the fridge that they keep for that kind of a
They
situation.
just touch it.
No, they just kind of boop. Kind of like a
They tap
they
it.
tap it and
So
it
it
just
goes away?
almost instantly. Apparently,
Really?
Yeah.
So if I'm ever horny, I just smack it with a spoon.
I don't think it takes away your horny, but it just makes you not.
It'll make me go
It
limp.
turns you off.
Yeah, it'll just limp you a little bit.
Just unless you're freaking into the what's it called? The pain. Are you a masochist?
Yeah, I
And
don't.
then you just like
But
having your
I
wings
think it's the
smacked
fact
by
that
a
it's
spoon.
cold metal. I think that's what it is.
It's-
I don't
it's
think
cold.
it's. I don't think.
What if I
you're-
just get like ice?
You're really taking this somewhere else.
What if I just get some ice and like I don't want to be horny? I just get some ice.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I've just heard that that's how it works sometimes.
I could Google top 10 ways to not be horny.
How to get rid of bone. It's like the opposite. Wait, what is His little Google popped up and started searching for some stuff.
search bar. Don't search that.
What did it say?
the top 10 ways to not be horny.
Oh my god.
Top 10 ways to not be horny.
Number 1, don't be horny.
I think I've even gotten a physical though where they kind of do the cup thing. I think I've done it at
No,
least once.
you're supposed to. Like when you get a physical to play sports in junior high and high school, you have to get that physical
Yeah.
done. And I don't know, I guess my grandfather was just like, "You're good."
What if
Step
you're not?
one,
What if
pray
you
to
need to go to
Jesus.
what if you get like cancer or something down there?
Wouldn't I feel pain or like feel lumps? Or
I don't
something?
know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how that works.
You know, I don't know.
You know, I was thinking, during your life, you might have gotten cancer by some point, but your body just
Killed it.
rejected it. Yeah. And I don't
Like, how many diseases have you ever had, like, contracted that you just were able to get rid of because your body's a boss?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously,
10.
I didn't take care of one of them.
I'm gonna say 10. That's a good number.
I'm gonna say 10.
Top 10 diseases my body fought off. Number 9.
Testicular cancer. This is so bad.
Maybe your body encountered something slightly radioactive. Actually, your bananas have some radioactivity in them. And
so do microwaves.
Yeah.
Don't put your head in those.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Will you be dead?
Advice from Cole.
Also, cell phones cause cancer. That's a thing people believe, you know. Like
yeah.
the
Also,
radiation from
the
cell
4G
phones or
waves.
something.
The 4G waves cause cancer too.
And the 5G waves
5G waves
cause the vid.
Oh yeah, yeah. They cause the coof.
I've not heard that one before.
Yeah,
I like that.
The coof.
The coof.
No, people actually believe that 5G waves from China, they cause the virus to come, and they also brain control. They're brain controlling your kids.
Man,
Go on those TikToks.
I've heard some dumb stuff that people literally believe about that crap.
It's
like
all
the whole
is it all from Facebook?
I mean Facebook, but like people that I know.
Oh no!
Like the whole there was that thing floating around for a little bit about if you got the vaccine, the coof vaccine, you can stick a magnet to your arm. Like it's not how that works.
Oh yeah, it would stay there. You it had like
I've known people that literally thought that was a real thing.
Oh my
Did they ever try it?
I mean, they didn't get the vaccine, so I guess they're not. They never tried it.
And also, like the vaccine puts like drones or like was it
like the birds?
Yeah, like
the birds are robots.
No.
They charge on the power lines.
I've heard that one forever. That birds are fake. They're just like birds are drones. The government that spies with us. Which I mean, if they are, they're pretty. That's a pretty good idea.
It's a pretty tasty drone.
Pretty good idea.
I like chicken.
Wait.
Wait, what?
Don't you think they would do birds that like maybe that's why they're like don't shoot eagles or it's illegal to shoot eagles?
Oh, that's what it is. Those are the drones.
Those are the expensive drones.
But we can shoot those little drones, the doves and stuff, the pheasants.
Yeah, shoot all the magpies. It was coming. I found it.
Magpies don't eat magpies.
Have you tried?
No, you just don't do it.
Is it just a parasite
disease.
bird?
Yeah.
I remember the word for it. It's the like nanobots or nanomachines,
nanotechnology or something.
When they inject the coof, they have like nanomachines, and they like
the coof. When you say it like that, it's hard to take it serious.
Inject the vaccine, you get the nanomachines, and they can control you. Or something, or some.
It's
stupid
like you see Big Hero 6, right?
Yeah.
And his little. They get inside of you and they can control you.
That's the coof.
Nanomachine, son.
It's the coof, guys. Don't touch the Big Hero 6s.
When you get the vaccine, you're like this, Jack.
You get stronger too.
Yeah. Become Senator Armstrong. You get the vaccine. There's someone who cosplayed as Senator Armstrong, and it's like, wow, that is
was it good?
Spot on.
Wait, who's Senator Armstrong?
He's the final boss of Metal Gear Rising. You must have seen a few memes of him. I don't know. There's been a lot of
recognize it.
There's been a lot of memes of Metal Gear Rising popping up lately.
I know Metal Gear Rising's getting like popularity or something recently. I've noticed. Like people have been talking about it more.
When did Metal Gear Rising come out?
2013. Senator Armstrong.
Oh, it's almost a decade old.
The fourth pop up to search from Google. So he's got a big old forehead. I'll show you, Sky. Don't worry.
Actually, if you look up Senator Armstrong cosplay, that's him.
That looks like some out of Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
it really does. Yeah.
And he's got like the black nano.
He's got a big mole or wart.
I'll zoom in on my phone and show it to the camera. There you go. That works, right?
Yeah.
They can see this.
Maybe
most
that'll
people
be
watch
one of the
this probably know who that fellow is.
What things?
Most people watching probably know who that fellow is.
The Coof. I mean, the Armstrong.
Yeah.
For some reason, when you first said Senator Armstrong, I instantly was thinking the guy. Oh freak! I'm gonna look like I look like an idiot and I remember his name, but I'll be back. Arnold Schwarzenegger. There we go. There we go. Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's instantly what I thought you were saying. I was just like, wait, he was in a video game.
I mean, he
probably has been.
Yeah, Terminator. Didn't they model his character out of the game?
I remember they had to pay for his likeness for several games, but I remember for the guest characters, they had some of the people come back when they had the movie characters come and voice the guest characters. Like they had RoboCop, they had Peter Weller come back, the first RoboCop, and then they had Sylvester Stallone actually voice Rambo, which is very surprising. Then for Schwarzenegger, instead of coming back to voice the Terminator, he personally picked a guy. Sounds nothing like him.
Wait. Arnold picked a guy?
Yeah, picked a guy, and it sounds terrible.
I feel like
why did he pick a guy?
Are you a Terminator? Like, are you a organic life form? It's like
he's like, guys, get to the helicopter.
No, it's
guys,
Chopper.
Get to the
it is Chopper.
Guys, get to the chopper.
Put the cookie down.
He's like, you guys say it like that guy from One Piece.
Tony Chopper.
There you go.
I feel like Arnold's voice isn't that hard to replicate. Like I feel like there's plenty of voice actors that could do it spot on, and they just picked a bad one.
Well, yeah. Arnold picked
a bad one.
Why didn't Arnold just do it himself?
I don't know. Like he's not really doing anything.
Too busy being a governor.
If you could get, hasn't been the governor for years.
Why would the devs let him do it though, or the casting directors let him do it?
Well, okay, think about it like this. It's like
probably too much money or something.
Not created any movies.
Probably. Here's the thing: probably came down to money. They thought, oh, he's too expensive to afford, and he said, "Here, I got. If you can't afford me, I got a guy."
Okay, we're gonna put it into perspective. Okay, you write a movie. Okay, you make a movie that's got this really good actor in it, and like everybody knows him. Let's say, I don't know, what's his name? Steve Carell. You got Steve Carell to be the main character. Okay. Very well known, very recognizable voice and everything, right? And you're making a video game out of this movie, and you're all like, I don't remember where I was going with all of this, but it was something.
You're making a Get Smart video game.
Yeah, there you go. And it's something along the lines of you're trying to respect the original actor and pay homage by letting him do it, letting him pick, I guess.
But if it's bad,
you're right. I don't know why I was defending it as hard as I was. The more I was explaining my thought process, the more I realized how stupid of an idea this whole thing was.
I can kind of get the sentiment of like, hey, we could advertise as... No, that would be dumb too.
Yeah,
voice actor picked by Arnold Schwarzenegger to play himself.
Just pick a better voice actor.
Yeah.
Don't
That's my
Okay,
thoughts.
yeah, this is dumb. You're right. Sky's correct with this.
So what was the thing? And we want.
I don't even know what game it was. What game was it?
Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 11. Also, they did a really deep casting choice by like every game. You know, like if it wants to be real, they pick like a model and they like model their faces. Doesn't have to be the voice actor, but it's like they got some model from a modeling agency to scan them in. All the Resident Evils are doing it. I
hear it's a really cool thing to do. If you got Yuri Lowenthal to be the voice actor, you scan his face in for the main character too.
Unless you change it.
No, I mean they changed it to Yuri Lowenthal in Spider-Man. That's what I was referencing.
The original I thought looked more like Yuri Lowenthal, in my opinion.
Oh, that's right. It used to look like Yuri. Never mind.
They changed it.
They changed it to look like Tom Holland, and it's bad now.
They said we changed it to look more like the voice actor. It's like the original looked like him, and you just ruined it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The voice actor's like, I don't recognize this person.
No, yeah, they definitely did it to look like Tom Holland. That's the whole point.
It looks like an even more baby-faced Tom Holland.
It looks bad. I don't agree. I don't think it's good.
So I mean the Spider-Man actor that's coming out.
Well, but they remastered the Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, the actor,
they changed the original?
Yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah, they remastered it and they swapped out the models essentially.
Now the actor they got, he's not ugly or anything. He looks fine, but like he He looks very baby faced.
Yeah, Yuri
Yeah.
Lowenthal is a handsome man.
Yeah.
He plays Sasuke. Sasuke.
Oh, then he's is he on that? Oh no, never mind. Rewind. Sorry, I'm thinking of Sokka,
Yeah.
the YouTube channel.
Oh,
guys,
that's
with the beard. They do the skits.
I can't remember.
You showed
his
me
name.
Indiana Jones skit.
Oh.
That's Sokka, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's crap. I'm just blanking all these
well,
names.
what I was gonna say back to Mortal Kombat was that
Jack DeSena. There we
yeah,
go.
Jack DeSanta or Santa, I don't know.
DeSena.
No,
That's soccer.
when they
Avatar.
so when they brought the character Shang Tsung, which is like he's the first bad guy in the first Mortal Kombat game. When they brought him, they brought the actor from the first Mortal Kombat movie who played Shang Tsung into the game. So it's you probably recognize him. His name is Corey something. He's that really old Asian guy who's like usually a bad guy. You always see. You might have seen him if you pull up a
We
picture.
probably have, yeah.
But yeah, it's like really cool. They just brought back him and they brought his voice. It's like, oh, that is awesome. Yeah, but video games are becoming so real that they need like real people to like scan in faces.
And I think that's a good thing. I think that's like a nicer way to make them look more realistic.
The problem with it though is like depending on the actors, like you need to like if you're gonna remaster a game,
Yeah.
you need to pay the rights.
Well, I got a question for you guys then. Do you prefer art styles that are more realistic or more cartoony?
Depends on the game.
Yeah, it really does.
I would never want to play Last of Us looking like Wind Waker.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'd much prefer that to look as realistic as possible.
And I guess the reason I bring it up is because I feel like the Wind Wakers or the cel-shaded cartoony graphics definitely age a lot better than
Yes, no doubt.
the realistic approach. Because I remember when Halo came out, it was like, wow, these graphics are so
Yeah, it's,
realistic.
it's this guy.
Okay, yeah.
His name's Corey Hiroyuki Tagawa.
But-
He's the Japanese guy you always see in a lot of movies.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to the graphics thing, the more cartoony look definitely ages a lot better. That being said, though, I feel like where we are graphically in video games specifically, things like The Last of Us will last way longer.
I would even go back to like the PS3. I think those realistic looking games look okay. 'Cause,
Last of
like,
Us PS3 is pushing the
Last of Us
graphics.
PS3 looks okay. Even Uncharted 1 on the PlayStation 3 looks pretty good still. in
Yeah.
my
or
opinion.
even wasn't Bulletstorm on at 360
Yeah.
PS3?
Yeah.
That was
looks
unreal.
good.
That
Yeah,
was
that one
unreal.
looks
That
good.
was like the
That was
what
Unreal
was Epic
3, I
so
think.
epic, and they made the engine and they knew how to work
Well,
the engine.
it was
so
it was People Can Fly that made the
Yeah.
game. They were just I guess backed essentially by Epic.
I guess Epic Games probably also did the graphics maybe.
I don't know what they
Yeah.
did. I just know that it was
Yeah.
published by them for
And
sure.
when we played Gears
I
of
think
War 2 and
published.
3, they like looking back, it still looks good because they like I said, they just knew the engine and they knew how to make it look
Well,
amazing.
as soon as you get to the PlayStation 2 though, like
Yeah.
no, they
Yeah.
don't look very good.
No.
They don't hold up.
Yeah.
Like I would say maybe Halo 2 holds up, maybe, but like
yeah.
that's like the only one I could think maybe.
Conker's bad for Conker Live and Reloaded, the remake. That was really pushing Xbox standards.
But that holds up though because
yeah.
of the style. Like it's a
Yeah.
cartoon
Yeah.
old looking thing.
I was actually surprised to go back and say, wait, this is original Xbox game. It looks amazing for the original Xbox.
The Reignited.
Yeah.
Is that a remake of the original game?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
N64 one.
So if I were to play Conker's Bad Fur Day, would I play the Reignited version?
No,
It
No,
really
bad.
depends.
you play the N64 one. It's definitely
Yeah.
better. It's not censored or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you want, I guess, more modern feel, then I guess you play the Xbox. But like for overall like atmosphere and
Pleasure.
style
Yeah, like
and
the whole gimmick of Conker is poop jokes,
yeah,
and they censored like the vast majority of them in the Xbox version.
they censored the Microsoft jokes too.
yeah,
like one joke, the shopkeeper says, "My Windows keeps crashing."
So what's on the Rare Replay? Is that the original?
That's the original.
that's the original.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
N64.
That's what
version.
I have then is the Rare Replay. So
Yeah, that's the one to play.
Still no sequel.
I don't think they'll ever make a
Yeah.
sequel
Probably
of that
not.
game.
Yeah, that one's you can't really get away with that.
Well, I mean, nowadays you can barely get away with collectathons in general. Collectathons just
Yeah.
aren't good anymore.
Unless they're indie made. Well,
Indie made or Mario. That's
Yeah.
literally all that exists that are good.
People-
From what I've seen, anyway.
I got
I'm
a
not
question then
fan
for
of
you
them,
guys.
but-
I guess it's more so for Thane, but you mean you'll have some input. Why do you think collectathons are not as popular, or are, I guess they're just more of a niche thing nowadays? Even though Mario is still one of the, probably still the best 3D platformer / collectathon ever made.
I guess because the people only care the people who like really like the genre, and they're like, oh, I could do cool things with it, but it's usually just an independent person, like one person or a team. Like there's this one that everyone's been praising called Demon Turf, and like that one is like,
Oh, is that like the 2D graphical
Yeah.
one where you
Yeah.
play as the girl that can turn
Yeah.
into a demon?
yeah,
Oh, I've actually seen that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard Nitro Rad did a video on that one.
I think Yakko talked about it once or twice.
See, and then the last one, I guess prior to that one, some of the collectathons that come to my mind are like Hat in Time. I heard's really good.
That's like the only one I can
that's an
think of.
indie game too.
Yeah.
That's like a
But even the devs, like Ukulele, the first one, not good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I would, in my opinion, and this is coming from a guy that doesn't like these kind of games in general, I would say it's because they're too repetitive. I mean, it's what is it? Go collect that thing.
yeah.
You go through the level, you go collect the things. Sometimes the puzzles are different than the previous one, but for the most part, they're basically the same, and you're doing the same thing in every level.
there is one collectathon that came out that got a lot of awards, and it's Psychonauts 2. That's considered a collectathon.
Yeah, it's true.
And but it's more combat focused this time around. And they said the combat was like amazing. So
I
I
never
haven't-
played them.
I haven't got around to playing Psychonauts 2 yet. I want to still finish Psychonauts 1, but those like everyone was like, "Oh my god, this game's so good." Oh.
What was that?
Oh.
So going back to the repetitive thing, though, and Cole and I definitely talked about this in our Mario Odyssey videos, but I feel like the repetitiveness of a good collectathon really only bleeds through if you're trying to 100% the game. Sure,
True, yeah.
Sure, with Mario Odyssey, like there are some repeat puzzle games that you can do throughout each world, but you don't have to do it, right?
If you play 5 hours of Mario Odyssey and get credits, I think it's the best experience any generic person should have with that game.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting is I watched a video on Donkey Kong 64, but it was mostly talking about collectathons in general and how most people say there's too much to collect. And this also goes back to Breath of the Wild with too many Korok seeds to collect. But I think the intention of the devs with these collectathons is you don't have to get everything to beat the game. We're going to just flood the world with things to collect so that a casual gamer doesn't have to put in 30 hours to beat the game. They can put in 5 to 10 and just do the bare minimum and still beat the game.
Well, when is too much then? Like,
That's the question.
because a lot of people like to do as much as they can in the games that they play.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing like as much as I can, but like I get overwhelmed very quickly by how much stuff is in a game, and I just decide not to do all that and just do whatever I want to do in it.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm the same. I'm very similar in that aspect of, and I guess it just depends on what the game is. Because what overwhelms me is menus and sub menus and like JRPG specifically. I get overwhelmed with the sheer amount of things and the items and all of the, like Dark Souls, for example. I barely use any of the consumables when I should. Like when I played Elden Ring, used very, very minimal consumables.
And like a great example right now, I'm playing through Xenoblade 2 currently. And, like, I don't want to do any of the cutscenes. It's just too much. There's just way too much stuff in that game. And I just feel like there's so much to do in that game that I will never want to do it all. Even though I want to see all the game, at the same time I don't. It's really weird.
Are you talking about, like, side quest cutscenes?
Side quests, cutscenes, just everything. Like, I don't even explore as much in that game as I did the first one. It's very strange. My main focus is just the main story of the game. And I don't really care to see everything else because there's just too much. I just know that there's too much, and I don't want to do it all because there's way too much, in my opinion.
So do you think that's inherently a bad thing when devs put too much into a game?
I think so, But at the same time, no, because some people like to do all that. Some people want to do all that stuff. I think it's just a me problem.
Well, I think it's just very subjective because my personal opinion I don't think there can be too much. I mean, obviously there can be too much in a video game, but somebody like me, I don't 100% games just because I don't care. I do like to explore though, but that being said, I don't explore every nook and cranny. Like a game like Elden Ring, if I could see it and it looked pretty, I would go there. But it's not like I would go out of my way to discover everything because I don't care. And in my opinion, I was like, well, I feel like the developers put so many side dungeons and things to do in this game just because, like, my experience is going to be completely different from everybody else's. Obviously, there are going to be people that, like you're saying, that do enjoy discovering and collecting everything. But I think that in my opinion, it's a good thing to have more because people will, the average gamer's not going to do them all. Like Breath of the Wild, I think a lot of people complain about how many Korok seeds there are. That being said, though, if you take away half of the Korok seeds, you're left with kind of an empty map. Like Breath of the Wild is kind of empty without all those games scattered throughout. And they do that because, well, for one, they when you see something like that, like you see a puzzle and you're like, okay, well, I know that's going to be a Korok seed. Well, you're more apt to go over there and do it and try to discover what's over there and whatnot. But it's also because they don't want you to have to, like, go everywhere on the entire map and do everything. Instead of saying, well, there's only 100 Korok seeds, there's 900, but you don't have to do them all.
On the flip side, I started noticing where the Korok puzzles were and said, okay, I'm not doing that. Bye-bye. I would literally just be like, okay, I'm not doing that. I'm going to only do shrines, basically.
But you... Correct me if I'm wrong, but you said you didn't know that you could upgrade your inventory with the Korok seeds.
I did not. Not my first playthrough.
Yeah.
I did not.
So for me, that was an incentive because I was like, well, I'm sick of deciding what weapons I want to keep and which ones I want to chuck. Yeah, and I did that my first playthrough. I did a lot of that, but I was aware of the Korok seed thing because I watched Thane play through it the first time.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Like, I think I stumbled on Hetsu, I don't know how the big fat Korok guy.
Mm.
I stumbled on him on like my second playthrough and was like, oh crap, this is pretty cool. And I went back on my first save file and then I talked to him there. I don't know why I cared enough to do that, but like, it is what it is. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Regardless, I still got to the point where I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm not doing these Koroks. Yeah. I'd literally see the little rocks in a circle. I'd kind of scan the area, see if there was an extra rock, because I was always find another one, put it in the circle or something. And if I didn't see it like within the first 3 seconds, I'm out. I'm not there anymore. I'm gone. I'm not doing it.
So I guess side note real quick, because I want to ask Thane the same question, but I learned that with the Korok's circle of rocks specifically, whatever empty space there is, you need to go that way, and that's where the rock is.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
every time I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, there's rock right over there, rock."
Dude, it even like progressed to the shrines though. If the shrines were overly complicated to activate, I didn't do it. I was just
there's
like,
a lot that are like that.
I just said, okay, I guess I'm not gonna do this one.
Yeah.
Every time it's like, you dare challenge me? Ah!
And, I think that's, in my opinion, that's good game design, though, because casual players like you and I, who don't do everything, can come upon something and be like, you know what? I know there's going to be plenty more, so I can skip this one. And other people that are 100% completionists are like, okay, I want to sit here and figure this out. And like I said, I think more, and this is just my opinion on video game design, is I think the more the better, because there's some things like in Mario 64, there's some stars where I'm like, I'm never getting this because I'm not good enough. That's just how it is. And so I have the ability to skip it. And that's why I think more is better.
And then like, on a side note, going to like the JRPG side of everything, like going back to Xenoblade 2, I guess, because that's what I'm playing. That game already by itself, main story alone, is like 60 hours, maybe 50 if you're faster, maybe even 40. I don't know. But like,
$60
hours.
I thought you said dollars. It's like you have to spend $1 an hour to play insert $1.
60 hours. And like, knowing that game was already going to be that long, I am less incentivized to go do the side quests.
Mm-hmm.
The only side quests I can think that I've done in Xenoblade 2 were the ones at the beginning of the game when I thought I was going to do them all, that I would come across anyway. And then after I realized I wasn't going to do them all, the ones that I did were the ones that I know the rewards that I would get from them, so I did those specific ones.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, it just seems like there's too much, and I feel like that's just a problem with JRPGs in general. They just keep going, and like, there's new game plus modes in almost every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just shorten the game length, and then if people want to keep playing, they can just do a new game plus. Like, I love Persona 5.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to recommend a 100-hour long game to anybody.
Yeah. And
especially Royale, which is like 120 hours.
Yeah.
But and I guess kind of piggybacking off of that though is not everybody, I guess I would say more people are a lot like us, but like there's some people where they get one new game a year. So
True.
they're like, I mean, this was me growing up where I only got new video games on Christmas and my birthday.
Yeah.
So it was like when I got a new game, if I beat it in like 10 hours, I was sad because I was like, well, this is my new game for the next 7 months of my life. And it's like, I understand from that aspect of, and I think about the games that I really liked growing up. There was tons of replayability, but a lot of them were collectathons. That being said, I think what makes a good collectathon a great collectathon is when the collectibles actually assist you on your journey and not just a number in the corner of your screen. For example, the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild. When you collect them, you can use them.
You actually get something from
Yeah, there's lots of collectathons out there, and ones that I love that are dear and near to my heart that are bad at that, where you collect things, and it's literally just a key to open a door.
Mario Odyssey's like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I guess the only thing you could collect that would give you stuff is like the exclusive coins in each of the levels.
Mm-hmm.
Because like,
well, and regular coins net you costumes as well, and you can buy.
I don't even know if I count regular coins as like the collectible to get, because they reset every time you join the level. But like the specific coins per kingdom, those ones are like, there's like 100 per kingdom.
Yeah,
those are actual collectibles in my mind.
Yeah, well, I guess where the regular coins are considered a collectible is when you can use them to buy the other collectibles.
Yeah,
and I think I'm more in agreement with what you're saying.
No,
though.
it's more of a currency.
Yeah, it really is at that point a currency.
Yeah. You want to know something in Breath of the Wild, one of the stupider side quests? There's just that lady who's hunched over the little tablet, and you're like, get the hell off that tablet. Get the hell off that slate. And you just want to push her off. It said, I need a daiquiri. Go get me a daiquiri.
Wait. I don't know what this side quest is.
This is in the Gerudo Valley.
I don't think I did this.
So no,
I didn't do it. I did very minimal side quests in Breath of the Wild.
No, there's, oh my gosh, I'd have to show you. There's just this lady, you know the little slab where you put your tablet down on?
Yeah.
She's hunched over the tablet.
Oh yeah.
The slab.
Yeah. It's
like on a shrine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mandatory. Well, actually, I don't.
That is not mandatory.
I don't know.
I didn't do it. There's no way it's mandatory.
No. Because that's the closest shrine to the Gerudo Valley. I'm pretty sure you all did it. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I did it.
It's right outside the Gerudo Valley, isn't it, Thane? Isn't it right outside?
It's a little bit a ways out, but
it's the closest one.
You
to
find
it,
her and she's just laying on there. It's like, I need a daiquiri. Can you get it for me? Get off the slab so I can register it.
So like the one right outside the village or whatever?
I think so.
Because if that's the case, I don't remember getting it, because I feel like I just teleported to that little oasis and just ran to the village every time.
That's if you did.
Because I was only there once. I went in, did the stuff, did the dungeon, and then left. Never went back.
No, I think there was a shrine right next to the village.
Yeah.
So then maybe it's a different one. Maybe it's one that's
this one's a bit way out, a ways out. But it's what I thought is so stupid, because she's just hunched over the slab where you can just put the tablet on.
That's kind of homage to like just Zelda in general, where it's someone is dying and they're like, "Give me a potion," and then you give them a potion.
And they die.
Like it feels super inconvenient, because where she's placed, and the game's just giving you the middle finger, is like, "Hey, you gotta go get your daiquiri. You can't push her off." It's like. Oh my
it's
gosh.
like you just grab her, chuck her.
Yeah,
get out the way.
And like. That quest, the worst part is like, just to get this lady off the stupid slab, you have to carry ice over from this little shack, and you have to carry it before it melts.
Yeah.
There's no way I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
no
I
way
did
I
do
did
that
that.
side quest. So I guess I did all the quests
It's-
related to shrines.
It's one of the worst.
It's interesting though because
get the
like
stupid lady of frickin' daiquiri. Or something.
I played Breath of the Wild pretty close to launch. I took a couple months before I got a Switch, but I think it was like September that I got the Switch and I played it then. And I haven't really done much more in that game since that for initial playthrough. And after like learning about the game more from like outside people like you guys, for example, and hearing about some of the side quests, like the Terrytown stuff, didn't know that was a thing.
I never did Terrytown.
I never did it either.
Terrytown's fun.
I never knew that you could have a house in the game until much, much later into that game's lifespan. It's insane.
Well, and I think there's so much more to just even that game specifically that obviously us three don't even know about because we haven't put that
And
much time into
It's
it.
interesting because, like, I don't necessarily want to go back and do it, though. Like, I think about, like, man, it'd be a lot of fun to go back and play that and do all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I don't want to get burnt out before Breath of the Wild, too, you know?
Well, and see, your initial experience is already done, and it's at that point. Like, I very rarely go back and replay video games. In my older growing days, as opposed to my youth,
Your older
my
growing days.
adult years.
The older growing
But
days.
it's like, I don't know, after my first initial experience, even when I do learn about cool, like Undertale, for example, has so many cool things that one playthrough really just isn't enough. But, like, I don't really care
Yeah.
because I can just look up all the cool things online, and sure, I'm not experiencing it for myself, but at the same time, it's like I really enjoyed my first experience with it, and I don't really see any need for me to go back and do some of the side stuff. 'Cause it's like,
I'm
who
definitely
cares?
with you there for the most part. But occasionally there are games that I want to go back and play just so I can play them again, if that makes sense. Like, I've been really craving Persona 5 again recently just to play it because I really like that game.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I've pretty much seen everything in the game that I'd like to see. So it's kind of probably not going to happen. But when that Switch version comes out and that PC version comes out, I'm probably going to be buying them. So who knows if I'll play them.
Honestly, I think I'm probably just getting the PC version, personally.
If the Switch version has a physical release, I'm buying that 100%. You can't stop me.
Steelbook,
There's
maybe?
no way.
You can't stop me.
If there's a steelbook, ooh-wee.
So
Ooey mama, zooey mama.
I guess one more question before we kind of roll out, or I guess a couple more questions. So the first one, and you kind of brought it up, but what are some games that are coming up that you guys are looking forward to?
Coming up,
Yeah. So you mentioned Persona's coming to Switch.
probably Pokemon's the big one for me.
When is that? That's next, or it's
It'll be November.
November.
Yeah. I don't have really anything else though. Pokemon's pretty much. I mean, kind of the new Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. Like, but I just don't know if I'm gonna buy that at launch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really
Yeah.
care to drop $70 now.
It's 70.
Yeah, it's gonna be 70, not 60,
Why?
because they're upping their prices on games. Every company is pretty much.
Activision, what do you
I
expect?
didn't know that.
From
Yeah.
the people who published Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much else. Oh, Xenoblade 3, I guess. I have that pre-ordered.
That's
I got the
coming-
special
that's
edition.
coming
Let's go.
This month.
Yeah, that'll be the end of the month.
I'll probably pick that one up.
I might pick that one up. I'm not sure. Probably just have the case so I don't have to buy it down the road. I still have an unsealed copy of Definitive Edition.
I have an unsealed copy of 2.
Yeah. I have
I mean,
I
sealed,
have-
not unsealed.
Yeah, you buy both sealed.
I have
Sealed.
I have the Torna Country.
Oh, I'm so
I
jealous
have
that you have that, by the way,
Definitive
physically.
Edition.
I'm incredibly jealous you have that physically. The
He's
Torn
coveting
Golden
it.
Country.
Yeah.
That's like $80 plus.
Yeah.
Physical.
I just had a feeling
He
to
paid
buy it.
$40
I just
for
had a
it.
feeling to cop it.
Yeah, I remember when you
Yeah.
copped
Popped it out of the
The
clouds.
dumbest thing in the world. This is literally my thought process. I was with Thane when he bought this.
Was this at Walmart?
It was at Walmart, and I was just like, "You don't need to buy that now, Thane. You're gonna be able. You can get it whenever you want to." And Thane goes, "Yeah, I don't know. I'll be again." I'm like, "Why are you gonna get it? You're not gonna play it. You haven't even played the first or second game, and you're just."
I played both of them. I just haven't beaten them.
Okay, excuse me. You haven't beaten them, and you still just said, "I don't know. I'm just gonna get it." And I was like, "Okay, it's your money, man." And now I'm just like, Past Cole was a fool.
Yes.
Holy
You were a
crap!
fool.
How would you know though? That's what sucks about game collecting. It's
That's
like
the
you
thing,
just don't
like,
know.
I remember I was thinking I think yesterday or the other day, I had a copy of Xenosaga, and that was that ugly red one, but it was still a copy of Xenosaga.
Oh, It's kind of funny because I'm starting to regret selling my copy of Xenosaga because I had all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I sold them all. But at the same time, I probably was never going to play them. But I still kind of wish I didn't. I don't know. It's weird.
I have the first one on an emulator. I downloaded it on the emulator and probably just going to emulate the other 2.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever play them, though. Like, just knowing, like, they just don't look great.
Aren't they long games, too?
Yeah, they're long games. The only thing you're really doing it for is, at that point is the story.
I just think,
I don't know how good the combat is. Maybe it's okay.
I just think, Namco, Nintendo, good buddies right now. Very good buddies. I think just re-release on Switch.
Yeah, honestly, we don't need a remaster. Just re-release that and then re-release Xenogears as well.
Yeah, that'll
be harder because of Square.
They'll have to talk to Square, but they have done multiple games. They're doing Live Alive right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing Dragon Quest. They're all on Switch.
All you got to do is re-release them. These games have not been released essentially.
In fact,
since launch.
I'm thinking for Xenogears, they're probably going to do a thing with Live Alive, just like do with those that 3D HD remaster.
I'd
thing.
like that.
Maybe I don't know. This maybe go too far. I think they'll just remaster the anime cutscenes, or if they really want to, redraw them.
I know that Xenogears was like on like the PlayStation 3 store.
I do have that. I have it on my PS3.
And I think that's the last time they had it like as a way to purchase it.
Yeah. I have it right there. Download it.
It's really weird when some games just aren't able to be purchased anymore nowadays when you think about how easy digital is.
I think you still can purchase it. It's just that the way PS3 does to insert currency right now, it's very like you have to do it through the website.
I see.
But with that new PlayStation Plus program they got rolling out, I did see some PS1 games, but you have to do it through that program. It's like $80
and it's
an
expensive service.
Yeah. Not month, a year. $80 a year. It's still pretty pricey.
It's very pricey.
That's for just PS1 games specifically?
And PS2 games.
Oh. Well, what's the library?
And they're doing PS3 games too.
What's the library? Because I'm paying $15 for Xbox, and that adds up. What's that times 12? That's over $100.
No, Xbox just has a better deal going on.
Xbox is definitely better still.
It's just
with the Game Pass.
I think if they, I don't know. Like I know, like Sony has every right to like do this, but I think like, I don't know, like.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's
very
great,
anti-consumer.
Yeah, but like if they had a little program for like classic membership, play classic games, but I think they should just drop the price on like online and.
Well, I think the biggest issue is all of these companies are going towards like a digital service you pay for monthly to play these classic games rather than just being able to buy them outright.
Yeah, and I think you should be able to just buy the PS1 games. Actually, yeah, I think you should just be able to buy them. Like,
well, I guess the other thing with the PlayStation stuff specifically is that it's not... You don't download and play them. I'm pretty sure they're all streaming games.
Yeah, you have to stream them. Yeah,
that sucks
because you're not emulating them on your PlayStation. Like they're emulating them essentially in a computer and then sending them over.
A few I saw on there, like they already have a few on there. There's like Resident Evil Director's Cut. There's Tekken 2, all those games. But like, yeah, I'm thinking they should just either have them streaming or have like a cheaper plan.
Like, if it was $10 for some of these games, I guarantee you'd probably get a lot of sales.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you did both the live service and the being able to purchase. Like, why not both? I don't think you'd miss out on okay, never mind. I take it back. I do know why. Because they want you to get the monthly subscription and then forget about it so you keep paying for it.
It's like a gym. It's like a gym.
Exactly, yeah.
So, no, well, to go back to Sky's question, the game I am excited for is Ragnarok.
That comes out.
God of War.
When does it come out?
It's leaked for November, not confirmed, just leaked. It's supposed to have its like reveal trailer or drop the release date like 2 days ago, I think, but a leak happened and they delayed it or something. Yeah, the release date was supposed to be revealed, but I don't know. But someone leaked it for November, so it might come November. That sounds about right, because all the big releases are releasing like October through December. Oh man, releasing a game in December, you have to have a slapping game like a Smash Brothers, or your game's gonna flop. And yeah, I don't know any other games. I'd have to look it up, but Yeah, right now is Ragnarok, because I'm playing through all the God of Wars for video. Let me tell you, if anyone knows about the Trial of Archimedes, it was hell.
He was screaming
Yeah.
all day today, dude.
Did you get through it though?
I finally did it. I was like, oh my god, I hate
He
this
was so
game.
freaking pissed.
Trial of Archimedes, if you just... It's like, the thing is, like, the first wave is the hardest, most frustrating, the most I died on, and waves 2 and 3 are nothing. It's so frustrating. And the worst part is, like, the second wave killed me, but because I didn't have any health. And some of the enemies hit hard. It's just... If you just look it up, just to see what I mean. It's awful. But, yeah, anyways, yeah, I plan on doing a really big video about God of War, probably, hopefully in October, or maybe even September. I guess I want to do, like, release it, probably my God of War video beginning of October, and then the Ragnarok video at the end of October. Kind of sandwich in between. And then hopefully, like, maybe by the end of December or January, I get the Ragnarok video out. I see Ragnarok at the end. I mean, God of War reboot.
Yeah.
The reboot.
Hey, yeah, I'm gonna get the early copy of Ragnarok. It's gonna be so sweet, man.
Poggers.
Man, I can't wait for the day we get early copies if we ask for them. Like, if we're a reputable source, we'd have to. I guess we'd have to do reviews of stuff. Like, here's a new game,
And then we'd have to put received a review copy.
And also,
Yeah.
not be able to say that we hated it.
Oh yeah, true. I think there have been some YouTubers that have said, like, I got a review copy. I gotta admit, guys, I was disappointed. I'm pretty sure some people have had that.
It's like you get a review copy of Balan Wonderworld, and
But
you're
then
like,
again,
I love this game.
6 out of 10.
But then again, here's the thing. Companies give review copies out all the time, and some of them are absolute stinkers, and they're willing to give out review copies to those. There's only been a few moments of, like, we'll give a review copy, we'll give you money, and then they give a bad review, and it's like, we're taking away advertising. Like, was Kanan Lynch on GameSpot. Jeff Gersman gave, like, a not so positive review. He gave it like a 7, but Square Enix was like, hey, we're taking away ad space. We didn't like that review. That's the only time I could think of where, like, money did affect, like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's for YouTubers, you just don't get their games anymore.
Yeah.
You say their game is bad, they go, okay, you're not getting any of our Square Enix games anymore.
But here's the thing, like, I don't think they should treat us differently from reviewers, because they always do that, and I honestly think YouTubers are more reliable.
Yeah, but there's a million of them.
Yeah, it's true, but I think I don't know. In my opinion, I don't think they should treat them any differently, because, again, it is an opinion. I think they should be honest. People should be honest, but that just gives you incentive to make a good game, make a finished game, play test.
What about you, Sky? What are you excited for? Because it seems like this was a loaded question.
Yeah. And I just filled up a bunch of time. I'm sorry.
My the one I'm looking forward to specifically is Pac-Man World Remake.
Oh no!
What?
Really?
Yeah,
You're looking forward to a garbage game?
I've never played the first one, but I loved Pac-Man World 2. It was a very fun platformer, so it would be fun for me to experience the first one, not on the PlayStation.
You know, just imagine how bad Pac-Man World is. Pac-Man World 2 is, Kay, and then times the bad by 10 because it's a PlayStation 1 game. Okay, there you go.
Well,
your experience in next.
I heard
3
that a
months
lot
or
of people
whatever.
really like the first Pac-Man World.
Hey, I
game.
like some PlayStation 1 games. Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah, it's not a platformer. I don't think PlayStation 1 platformers
Hey.
have worked all that well.
Hey, Crash Bandicoot was fun. Number
Was
2.
it?
Okay.
Was it?
Number 2 and 3.
It
Number
was hard.
Don't lie to
not
yourself.
1, 2 and 3 were good. Number 1 was hell. 2
And that's why
3
that's why I said I'm looking forward to the remake, because I don't want to play it on the PlayStation 1.
And listen, I remember playing Spyro. Spyro was fun.
Was it?
Yes.
I played it at the orthodontist. I know it was not fun.
Maybe the remakes are better.
Coal and platformers just
I
don't
have
go
the
good together.
remakes.
It's like oil and water.
Out of all the games buried on Steam from my Steam sale, I have Crash and Spyro remakes.
Me too.
Wait. So, The whole point of you bringing up the games we're excited for was just to talk about Pac-Man World.
Well, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Well, that's the one I'm looking forward to. I mean, I did buy the one.
The letdowns guy.
I did buy the one called Soundfall that you recommended to me.
You bought that?
Yeah, I want to play that one, but I mean, it's already out, so it's like I'm not looking forward to it releasing, but I'm looking forward to playing it. But yeah, I don't know. I saw when I watched that Nintendo Direct, I was like, wow, they're remaking Pac-Man World. Okay, I'm into it.
I saw that too, and I was like, wait, there's a Pac-Man World remake coming out. It looks like ass.
I know, you're just like, why are they remaking bad games? You could be making Xenosaga instead. You chose Pac-Man
Square.
World.
Hey, how about remake Xenosaga?
Well,
I don't care about Live Alive.
If it's Bandai Namco, then they're like, why are you making Pac-Man? You can do Xenosaga. Do all three of those real quick.
That being said, it's not like Pac-Man World Remake is my first choice of remakes. I still want my Switch ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, but hey.
Oh, that reminds me.
I think there was a rumor.
There's been rumors for years.
You know what the next big the next big rumor for the Switch? Metroid Prime's coming on the Switch end of the year. They've been making that rumor every single year since the Switch launched.
I don't think they're gonna say anything until, just like with Metroid Dread, they're not gonna say anything until they're pretty much ready, and they say it's coming.
You know the best way to make a rumor,
or it's canceled.
If you say it every single year, there's a pretty good chance eventually you'll be right. You could be a credible source.
Oh, yeah. You know what's interesting though?
So with that said, hold on, I gotta put my. Okay. Metal Gear Solid is gonna get a Switch port.
What year?
Oh,
well,
I'm just saying.
Just whenever.
Well, the bigger one, that Blue Point Metal Gear Solid remake is coming this year. And then next year, I'm gonna say
the next year
that Blue Point remake is coming next year.
They just be like, pick the most obscure PlayStation 2 game. Be like, guys, at some point we're gonna get our Dragon Ball Z Tenkai Tenkaichi.
Wait, got it.
Tenkaichi Budokai 3 for the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. We're gonna get that this year, guys.
It's like Hooper for the Nintendo Switch.
Was one of those games ported to this? I don't think so.
I don't think they were.
We're gonna get Beyond Good and Evil for the Nintendo Switch.
I actually would be okay with that.
Me too.
Hey guys, the 20th anniversary Budokai Tenkaichi collection coming.
But you have to be able to say it to get it. That's the requirement.
You have to be able to say the name.
You have
of
to
the
go
game.
to GameStop.
You can't say the title.
You have to go to GameStop if it's still around. You have to say one copy for Dragon Ball Z, and then the
Dragon Ball Z Budokai 10.
Come on, say it. Say it. And then someone in the best, one copy of Budokai Tenkaichi. It's like, there you go. It's like
you can have
I got this.
He's like, I want that one. That one, please. Like,
I'll take your whole stock.
Here you go. You ready? Budokai Tenkaichi. Budoda Dibalichi. It's like,
sorry. Try again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like, come back tomorrow. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, other than that though, like I can't even think of any other games that I'm interested in that are coming out. I mean, the Call of Duty one I am, just because I really like the story of the first Modern Warfare, but I didn't know it was $70, and that's really hard for me to justify buying that.
Yeah, especially because I know I'm only going to be playing it for the campaign and then probably not much of the multiplayer.
Will Ghost get shot in the face this installment?
Oh, spoilers, Shane. For a 10-year-old game.
It's an old game. Everyone knows.
Except for
that's one less loose end.
Right,
Bam.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, sorry, Dave.
He's getting caught up with all the Call of Duties. He's starting from the beginning. He's like, I'm going to play Modern Warfare 2 tonight, but first, let me listen to the racket.
Dave's like, I've been a loyal fan for 2 years, and you guys, this is how you repay me.
You just spoiled it.
Sorry, Dave.
Spoiled it.
And I was like, 10 years too late.
Just like General Shepard in Modern Warfare 2, when he kills you, the player character, and go, oh shoot,
spoiler warning afterwards.
Oops.
No, it's more like 12 years too late, right? Or is it 13?
2008?
2009.
9? 11?
13
11.
years.
13? Oh,
Whoa,
shoot.
13 years.
9 plus 10 is 19.
Call of Duty, because Modern Warfare 3 was 2012, and that was like the big apocalypse year. It's like, we're ending it with Modern Warfare 3. Get your nukes ready. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
All right, we should end this.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Talking Rad podcast.
Yeah.
I realized we didn't say our names. I'm Cole. That's Skylar. That's Thane.
He said our names for us.
On the Discord, if you want to join our Discord, I'm Big Richard Powers.
He did a smirk.
I haven't changed it. I was thinking maybe we should change something wacky.
Is that like a phallic wiener joke?
Yes.
Are you trying to say you've got a big waner?
Cole, have you ever heard of big dick energy?
Yeah.
Does it play on that?
Yeah. Maybe I'll change it, but you always recognize the profile picture because I never change it.
It's kind of fitting though, Thane,
Yeah.
for you to have that name if people know you.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you liked it, and you're on Spotify, we love you and we appreciate you guys listening. But check it out on YouTube too, so you can see our faces as well.
You should rate our podcast on Spotify. Rate it 5 stars.
Wait, can you rate on Spotify?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. Yeah, do
And
that.
rate it on Apple Podcasts too. We're also on Google Podcasts, and we are on Audible. We're on Audible. We've gotten some plays on Audible.
Audible?
Really? We're on Audible?
We're on Audible,
Thank
and
you.
I did not know Audible had podcasts.
We are books.
I'm trying to get on
We
Pandora.
are a book. Thank you
But
for
also,
listening.
Also, I learned that Podbean, the company that we go through, actually has a podcast app where apparently they have millions of users.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Didn't know that.
But thank you guys for listening, and also thank you for watching. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you all next week, probably. I imagine we'll be here next week.
We've got a special surprise coming out for you guys too.
When
Please
does this
join
come
our-
out? When does this come
Friday.
out? This Friday?
Yeah, I'm gonna. get
Please
it done
join
by
our
Friday.
Discord.
So 2 days from now. Okay. We recorded this on Wednesday the 6th, if you were wondering.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, join the
Oh,
Discord.
keep it rad.
Keep it rad. Join the
Forgot about
Discord.
that part.